All right, kindergartners, the question on this page says, how many creatures do you see on the ground? How many do you see that are not on the ground? Tell how you know you counted all of the creatures. So we're going to look for the creatures and we're going to find the ones that are on the ground and the ones not on the ground, and we don't want to miss any. So the first question or the first answer is how many are on the ground? Let's go ahead and classify. Where are the ones on the ground? They're the ones down here. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. We have an ant, a mouse, and a little worm or a snake. But we have 3 on the ground, correct? All right. Now let's count how many are not on the ground. Well, we're going to circle the ones not on the ground because we crossed off those. So let's go ahead and circle them. We have we have a squirrel here, 1. Is that a squirrel? I think it's a squirrel. And here's another squirrel over here, but they sure look different. Maybe that's a chipmunk. 2. Here's a bluebird, number 3. Now, these 2, are they on the ground? They are not, so they count also. So we had 1, 2, 3. Now we have 4 and 5. Good work, kindergartners. We have 5 not on the ground. I am wondering, kindergartners, this is not what we're doing this topic, but I know you're good at it. 3 is what? It is less than 5. So there are less animals on the ground than there are not on the ground. Good work. Let's go ahead and go to our video next.
What do you see here? You see pictures of bugs. There are insects, caterpillars, millipedes, and spiders. Can you find a bug that has 6 legs? This ladybug has 6 legs. Can you find a bug that has 8 legs?
I see some that
This
have
spider
8.
has 8 legs. This creature has lots of legs. Does it have more than 6 legs?
Yes, it does. Those are millipedes and centipedes, and they definitely have more than 6.
Yes, it has more than 6 legs. You can classify the creatures by those that have 6 legs and those that do not have 6 legs. Which category does this show?
This one shows
This shows the category has 6 legs. This shows the category does not have 6 legs.
I was going to say exactly what they said, wasn't I? So now we're going to take these insects and we're going to count the ones that have 6 legs, and we're going to count the ones, this is going to be the group or the number of the ones that have 6 legs, and this is going to be the ones that have more than 6 legs. Let's go ahead and count.
This is a chart. A chart is a way of showing what you find or how many you count. This is a tally mark. One tally mark represents each creature you count. This is a good way to make sure you count each one. Count the tally marks in each category.
All right, so let's count them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go ahead and take a look and see if we can find our 6. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oop, and this ant down here is 6. So there were 6 with 6 legs. And now the ones without 6 legs or more than 6 legs, let's count them. We know these little millipedes and centipedes are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there are 2 spiders. 6, 7. That's correct. I think they're going to do it, but we'll write a 6 here and a 7 there. We did
How
it
is this
correctly.
chart different than the one before?
It has numerals instead of tallies.
In this chart, there are no tally marks. There is just one number in each category. Do the numbers match the number of tally marks you counted? Yes, the numbers match the tally marks. Using a number is another way of recording your count. What does 6 mean? What does 7 mean?
All right, so 6 is the number of insects with 6 legs, and 7 is the one with more. Now, there's something I want to show you about those tally marks that we saw on the first page. They made 6 of them all in a row, didn't they? Oh, I can't do that here because I don't have a pen. I'll do it on the next page, and I'll show you something about tally marks. Sorry about that.
There are 6 creatures with 6 legs. There are 7 creatures that do not have 6 legs.
Now you know how to use a chart when you classify objects.
All right, kindergartners, now I have a pen and we have some tally marks here. So this is another way I can explain it. I want to show something to you that your book does that I don't quite agree with. Just like I like to teach you the greater than and less than sign, there's a different way that we do tally marks that's more common. And I bet your helper or your parent is going to know this too. If I was making tally marks, I would make a, whoops, my pen's not working, 1, and then I would make a 2, 3, 4. And if you ask your mom or your helper, she'll tell you that when we get to 4, we usually make the 5th one across like that. So we know that we have a group of 5. Do you see this group? We know it's 6 because they already counted it for us, but it's kind of hard to read once you get too many tally marks. So when you do a tally mark, it's kind of nice to do the 4 and then cross over the 5th one so we know it's 5. Let's try that again. So now we would do, there's 5. Let's go ahead and make another group of tallies. 6, whoops, 7, 8, 9. There's the 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to cross it over for 10. Just like my fingers, I have 5 fingers over here and 5 fingers over here, and all together I have 10. So when you make tally marks, it's kind of easy to cross over the fifth one when you're making the tally marks. All right, they didn't do that in your book, but this is a better way to do it. So if you ever do it this way. Let's go ahead now and see. It looks like how many birds or ducks and geese or swans are in the pond and how many are not in the pond. So let's count in the pond first. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice job. There are 6 tallies there, and they made the number, whoa, that was a messy 6 by Mrs. Ernest, 6. Now let's count the ones not in the pond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they made the number 5. Let's see if I can do this one a little bit neater. My pen is not agreeing with me today. All right. Well, the top looks really straight. Let's go to the next page. Let's see what we're going to classify and categorize over here. We're going to do the same thing. You're going to make the tally marks, and then you're going to write the number. You're going to make the tally marks and write the number. The first one, it looks like this animal is a spider, and he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 legs. Now we're going to have to be really careful because I see some spiders here. However, these 2 ants, they don't count. They do not have those 8 legs. So let's start by counting our spiders. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to count that one more time just to make sure I was correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. We're going to make tallies here, and we're going to do it Mrs. Ernest's way. That means you're going to do 4 and then cross over for the 5th and then keep making them. Here we go. Let's make our 4 first. Whoops. Oh, I needed to grab my pen. Mrs. Ernest forgot to grab her pen. That's kind of silly. All right, let's make our tallies. You can make them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5 is going to go across. 5. Now we're going to finish off. We need 3 more because it was 8. 6, 7, that looks like a Y, 8. All right, so that means there's 8. Let's go ahead and make an 8 over here. We're going to make an S and then close it up. Good work, kindergartners. Now, let's count the ones that do not have 8 legs. We've got this guy and our 2 ants and this other guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count it again to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go ahead and make our 4 tallies. 1, ooh, I made a nice straight line. Let's see if I can keep that up. 2, whoa, 3, 4. Good work for Mrs. Ernest because that was tricky. I hope you did your 4. And now we're going to write the number over here, 4. And we were able to classify those insects into the right category. Good work. Now you're going to count how many birds are in the tree and how many are out of the tree. Make sure you make your tally marks and then make sure you write the number also. Okie doke. The next page is going to be very, very similar. Exactly the same thing. Count the red ants, count the ones that aren't red. Write the number, write the number. You're going to count the bees that are on flowers and the bees that are not on a flower. Tallies, write the number. White mice and not white mice, I think. Let me double check down here. These mice are sorted into 2 categories. Oh, how are they different? It's white mice and not white mice. So go ahead and you're going to write white, not white, and you're going to count them and put the numbers there. Good work, kindergartners. You are great sorters and classifiers. You can put things into different categories or groups. Good job.